Zendaya is half white. Half is not enough. Is light skin a problem for a black role? If you cast somebody for Black Panther who's half black, half white, is that a problem? You guys remember the Cleopatra movie that was supposed to come out with Patty Jenkins directing and Gal Gadot? That movie is still happening. Patty took a step back. She's not directing that anymore, but I think Patty's still going to be tied to it as like a producer. What's going on with the rumor of a lot of people saying that Zendaya has been tied to playing a Cleopatra? Like, wait a minute, like, what's going on? This article is from November of 2023, and they were talking trash, like saying you're blackwashing by putting Zendaya in there because Zendaya is half white, half black. And a lot of people believe that Cleopatra was in Egypt, but she was Greek. There's a lot of controversy about what race she actually was, what color she actually was. People get tied up in the fact that, oh, it's Egypt. So if you're in Egypt, hot climate, sunny, you're going to have some melanin, some tan, some color to you. So why was Gal Gadot playing Cleopatra? She's white. People want somebody of color. And, this age that we live in, people want to put black and everything, Asian and everything, because it's a freaking fake woke society that we live in right now, bro. And this article is from 2023 where people are like, she should be of a certain type. The internet is divided over the reports that actress Zendaya has been tied to Cleopatra. And look who's the guy who's making the movie. Denis Villeneuve will helm the Cleopatra biopic, which has been in the works for years, and directed Zendaya in the 2 Dune movies. People took to X, formerly Twitter, to slam the reported casting as blackwashing because the historical queen who ruled over the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt descended from a companion of Alexander the Great. Blackwashing was coined as a term to refer to when a usually white character is recast as a person of color. Check her out, bro. She's beautiful. She's definitely black when you take a look at her. But she's fair-skinned. She's a light-skinned black woman. She's not all black. She is black and white. She has half of the, I wouldn't say race, but the color of the person that is claimed to be Cleopatra. I think about the movie Aladdin. Y'all remember Aladdin? Well, Aladdin, her name was Naomi Scott, who played Jasmine. But Naomi Scott was half of the race that she should have been for Jasmine and half something else. And a lot of the people from the Middle East were like, yo, we need somebody that's fully from here to play this character. But if Naomi Scott can play Jasmine, she did a good job. I mean, she's fine. Why can't Zendaya? Zendaya is half white. Half is not enough. Is light skin a problem for a black role? If you cast somebody for Black Panther who's half black, half white, is that a problem? If he looks black? What if you cast Will Smith to be W'Kabi in Black Panther? He's a character in Black Panther. Or Zuri. Would people be making a fuss about Will Smith playing Zuri? Because clearly Will Smith is mixed. Both his parents are considered black, but you could tell that there's mixture there. Would that be a problem? Would people get mad if Lenny Kravitz was in Black Panther as one of those Wakandan warriors? He's half white, half black. Would that be an issue? Blake Griffin, he can't join. It's a wrap. I just want to know what you guys think. Because for me, I feel like she would make a beautiful Cleopatra. I think that she would look a lot like Cleopatra, in my opinion. But Zendaya was tied to doing this movie with Denis Villeneuve. And then I look at this here, Denis Villeneuve universe. This was given to me and it says, Denis Villeneuve's Cleopatra is in the works. Zendaya is set to play Cleopatra via Vanity Fair. Me doing my investigation, I'm like, wait, well, I know that there's a Cleopatra that's coming out with Gal Gadot. I didn't really know about this one, so I did some research and, I looked for the Vanity Fair article and I didn't see anything. Then I look, and if you just scroll down, it's like Shout out to Twitter. Zendaya's casting is a false rumor. Denis Villeneuve's reps contacted the leaker and denied the story. So, Zendaya is in fact not cast to play Cleopatra. She is, though. She says the movie's still happening. It says here, it may have been a little while since we last heard of Cleopatra, the movie starring Gal Gadot, but the actress told Vogue Hong Kong that the project is still moving forward and that it will change the narrative about the leader. Whoa, what does that mean? She says, this woman was so ahead of her time. Egypt was back then. Still futuristic where we are today. I can't say much, but I'm so passionate to tell her story and to bring justice to the character and her legacy and celebrate her and her legacy. We have a beautiful script and I cannot wait to share this story with the world and change the narrative of Cleopatra simply being a seductor. That's what she means about changing the narrative. Yeah, because Cleopatra, she was a queen, but a lot of people think about Cleopatra as being a seducer of men, sexy, getting the men that she wants, getting all the men for herself. This is the real Cleopatra that's coming, that's been in the works, guys. I mean, Denis Villeneuve is allegedly working on it, but this one right here is going to be more of the historically accurate depiction of Cleopatra. And Gal Gadot is Israeli, sure. Israelis are white, though. So, are we cool? Are we signing on with Gal being Cleopatra? We knew about this for a couple of years now. I think she's going to make a beautiful Cleopatra, too. I think Zendaya would, too. I'm not mad that you could bring both movies out. So, both movies could come out, and Zendaya could be Cleopatra, and Gal could be Cleopatra. One thing is for sure, they better hurry up with this movie, because whoever comes out first usually wins the race. Because once one of these comes out, the other one's going to be like, wait a minute, what the freak? I already seen that already. You guys remember they did that with Hercules? There was a Hercules movie with some white dude that I never seen before. And then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played Hercules. By the way, how did y'all feel about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Hercules, huh? Ain't that some crazy shit? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, black as shit. Black as Samoan. What the freak? He played Hercules. I like the movie, by the way. But that ain't the way Hercules is supposed to look, though. Nobody really said anything about that. Nobody really cares. What matters, people on the internet don't matter. People are going to go to Twitter and say, I don't like it. It's blackwashing. I don't. At the end of the day, bro, if the movie's good, people going to go see it. So, what y'all think? Is Gal accepted as Cleopatra, but Zendaya is not? Can Zendaya play Cleopatra even though she's black? Let me know what you guys think. To be fair, Cleopatra was to Egypt what Princess Diana was to parts of Africa, just more raunchy. God damn. I forgot the film came out. Yeah, both of those Hercules films came out. I don't think, bro, this one is still happening, bro. Patty's producing it. She was directing it, but she took a step back because of scheduling and other stuff that she had going on. I think that, which one of these movies you think will be better, though? Denis Villeneuve is a great director, bro, and I think he's writing it too, so that's gonna be tough, bro. I think Gal will be the better Cleopatra, but I think that Denis Villeneuve's Cleopatra film may be the better film. That's what I honestly think, bro. Because, bro, it's gonna be hard. Denis Villeneuve be hitting with that cinematic value. Denis Villeneuve did Dune 2. Dune 2 is fire. Dune 1, garbage. Great sleep. Puts me to sleep more than Ambien, right? Part 2 came out and he completely shifted my mind on. He shifted everything. Dune 2 is nothing like 1 outside of the universe it's in. They're two different movies, two different tones, two different styles. Dune 2 is everything Dune 1 is not, for the better. And I was shocked. I said, dang, this is one of the best sci-fi movies I've ever seen in my life. And if he could do something like that with Dune, which I had no interest in by the time I seen part 2, he could do anything, including make a fire Cleopatra freaking movie. So that's why I think that he's going to actually do well. I think his movie's actually going to be better, bro. That's where I'm at with it. Trixie, white girl, white girl. Yeah, that's you. Trixie, you a white girl?
Yeah, I am. I think that I think Wonder Woman will definitely be a better Cleopatra, to be fair, just because if they're not going with the whole she's a evil seductress,
Uh,
she's got a very like mature, carries herself well, flow to her. Then the other one comes off a little bit too young and tempting. We'll go with tempting. I'm trying to be
how
politically
old was
correct here.
Cleopatra? Was she was young, wasn't she?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, age-wise, yes, but you got to think,
What happened to
in
her?
the times then, not so much.
Did Cleopatra die out of like unnatural causes? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm quite sure one of her siblings murdered her. I
She
think.
was 39 years old. She was young. She died at 39. Oh wow. So yeah, so she was young. And you're right. Zendaya do look young, bro. Like she's looks like such a kid, and it's like wow. But she still brings sexy maturity to her role sometime, bro. She's got that movie on. I didn't see that movie where she was a tennis player, and she was like rope a doping two boys swinging off their. I saw the movie with what was it called? Malcolm and Marie. I think it was Malcolm and Marie.
No,
There was a lot of like sexiness in that motherfucker, bro. So she could act really well, but the way she looks, she still looks like she just got off the Disney lot, bro, doing her freaking Disney show. So what do you think though? Like, is there a problem with Zendaya being Cleopatra to you because she's half black?
I personally don't think so. I mean, like Cleopatra was like, well, she Iranian and Greek, like, do you know what I mean? So she wasn't like pasty white like me, do you know what I
Right.
mean? But she wasn't like super dark evil, do you know what I mean? She had that kind of like that Persian look, that
Yeah.
sexy Persian look.
Yeah.
So, I don't really see the problem with it. To be fair,
Do you think the people that have problem with Zendaya being uh Cleopatra are the same people that may be dealing with racism?
I think they're either there's probably two sides to that. They're probably either dealing with it or have done, or they're those stupid people who are looking for it and are generally the cause of it. You know,
I remember getting a lot of backlash for Gal. Yeah, I kind of do. They had a series on Netflix where it was a Cleopatra documentary, and she was very much black, and they people got pissed about that. So, I guess, do you think that people are more
well,
upset that it's not historically accurate versus the fact they don't want somebody black playing Cleopatra?
historically accurate is the accuracy of the story, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, you
Yep.
know, and when you do kind of look at those Middle
But then
Eastern
again,
kind of like
nobody's
really
gonna
hot
watch
countries.
Black Panther with a white boy in it. You're gonna it just disconnects you
Well, no,
from reality.
well, no, but at the same time, Black Panther, that actor wasn't, solidly midnight black either. So it's where
Dark.
you're going to draw the line. You've got to tell the. I think when you're doing historically accurate or to a book or a story, you got to resemble loosely at least, but it's more about the story,
Right,
in
right, right, right.
my opinion. To be fair, you can't have a pasty ginger playing like Cleopatra, but you know, an olive skin chick's fine.
Okay. Thanks, Tricks. I appreciate you. Trico, what's good, bro?
What's up, man?
Chillin'. Talk to me about this Cleopatra. Are people racist or what? Can Zendaya play Cleopatra, or is it wrong because she's not the right color?
No, Zendaya can play. She can pull it off, and I also have no problem with Gal Gadot playing Cleopatra too. So it's now like you got two different movies. It's just a question of how the story is going to be different for one another, and who actually executed better than the other, or if both of them could be good. That's the question that we're looking for.
Uh, and you're right, because someone in the chat says people get offended when people say Egyptians are black. People get offended when people try to liken Egyptians from Africa to being black.
Exactly. Most of to be truthfully honest, black people have made in every continent. Well, we made the America, and some people don't want to give the recognition that black people deserves, which is the truth.
I'm curious, bro. Africa's a continent. Africa is a continent known for black folk. How can you be from a continent that's known of having black people, but then say when you're Egyptian, freak that you're not black? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know some people have some sort of narrative, especially like the politicians. Like you say, "Oh, stop saying you're African American because you're not from Africa." I'm like, so what?
Mm.
I mean, you're African American. We're not saying that just to piss off Africans and stuff like that. We say it because we were just born in America. Black people originally came from Africa. And some people they came from the boat, to come to America back in the days and stuff like that. Or like sometimes if you don't say African American, some people might say just black. Or like wherever you're doing a resume.
So you think that Gal, who do you think is more appropriate for Cleopatra, Gal or Zendaya?
Man, it's so hard because like when you try to research like the actual real Cleopatra.
Mm-hmm.
Gal Gadot fits the actual historia accurate, but there's gonna be able to say, "Oh, Cleopatra is actually dark skinned," which actually makes fit for Zendaya too.
Right.
So,
I mean, Zendaya's not even dark either, though, so it's wild to me.
I know exactly.
I feel like if they had one that was dark skinned, this would definitely be a problem. I think color has a lot to do with it. The color, clearly the hair texture, bro. I think there's there's just a lot of people that don't like black people in this country. Racism towards blacks is the largest sector of racism in the world. I don't think that there's a race on this planet that exists on this earth that is more racist to the black people than anyone else. You could go to every continent and they don't like blacks. You could find racism to blacks on every freaking continent on this globe. What's up with that? And it makes me think like, what is it? Is it the structure? What that makes them be so racist to us? Did we rule the world at a certain time where people just, where does that come from? I don't understand. Because let's keep it a buck. Like black folks can have features that look jarring, but I've seen a lot of Asians that look like they ain't finished. So if you wanted to be like about how someone look, you could look at an Asian and be like, what are you? More than you can some black people. So it's like, what's going on? Every race has their shit that make them look weird. It's not just black folk. So what is it that about black folks that people hate so freaking much? I don't understand.
Like we still fighting for equal in this country. Like back then, for the black community, the Latino community, and the Asian community, we had no problem back then with the white Hollywood. Like we would watch our Rambos. We will watch Terminator. Yeah. We will be fans of Jean-Claude Van Damme back in the days. Like we had no problem back then. But now, all of a sudden, now in 2024, if we cast a certain black person, if we cast a certain Latino person, or if we cast a certain Asian, it's a problem. Like, where did we go wrong?
I don't know. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it, bro. Feel free to call in, Jay Gunn, if you think I'm capping. What do you think I'm capping on? What did I say that was cap? Please let me know, brother. 5-star, you a Mexican. Let's get your take on this shit.
So I actually send you a DM of what they think Cleopatra would look like on the Discord. Bro, I don't like this depiction of thinking Cleopatra was the hottest fucking thing in Egypt when she really wasn't. She was like an average chick. She just happened to be high status. Yeah. So to me, I mean, stop depicting her like that.
Yeah, that
she
actually
was not the hottest thing.
I could.
She's an average chick, bro.
I can see that.
Like, yeah.
But you could be an average chick and be rich and look and be attractive though, because you have perfume, you had makeup that made you look better, that a lot of people couldn't afford back then.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But them going with like a freaking Gal or a Zendaya or, I guess you could say the peak of beauty or whatnot. Nah, bro. Get some average chick who, is on the rise and just throw it in there. You don't need to go with the hottest in Hollywood. You don't. So that's my issue with the castings. Because if they're trying to go historically accurate, again, she wasn't a 10 out of 10.
We don't know because we haven't seen. Just like you just said that this is what they said that she looked like, even they don't know. So she could have been a 10 out of 10 though too. Right. What you're saying. She could have been an 8 or a 9. That's still beautiful, bro. She could be that.
Yeah.
But this right here is not proof. This is just it's just as valid as someone who says she's sexy and beautiful. We don't know. That's why I feel like historians sometimes get their shit mixed up and they got to get off their high horse sometime because they expect because they study the history that they know for a fact that something is such. Nah, bro, it's not because you weren't there. Like there's facts that you can find like and prove, but some things like you know what I'm saying. This is what she would have looked like if. How the freak?
Yeah, some things get lost.
Do you know?
Too, so.
Like, how do you know what someone would have really looked like back then? Do you have a picture of someone else who was alive back then? Probably freaking not. And even if you did, what's that got to do with how she looked? She could look exactly like Gal Gadot for all we know. We don't.
So they actually have methods of doing this. Like
Jay Gunner, you could pull up with your bull. Stop. You want to speak to me, calling me Cap, saying science is undisputable? Pull up. Or shut up. DK says, not gonna lie, it might be some Attack on Titan shit where we ran the world and they hate us because I don't understand the global black hate either. Yeah, man, that's a real thing. 5-star, why y'all? You're a Hispanic guy, right?
Yeah.
Why your people hate blacks, man?
We really don't.
Whoa! I'm talking about the ones that do hate blacks.
The ones that do.
Yeah. What's the issue?
Man,
what do racist Mexicans say about blacks? Why they don't like them?
Whatever, because motherfuckers be loud.
Loud?
Yeah, like y'all, like they make it seem like y'all be doing the most when we be doing the most too. So it's like, bro, no, stop.
Yeah, black folks could be loud, especially when we get in groups. Okay.
We be doing the same shit.
That's it.
Have you seen when we throw parties?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the main thing, honestly, that I've heard, at least from my experience.
Oh, okay, for sure. All right. Well, who you think should be Cleopatra?
Because we get like, I would say Gal, because Gal has more. He's Israeli, so I mean that's within the continent. So I mean, yeah.
All right.
There's more roots within that part of the world than
Christian Black. What's up? You black? Let me get your take, Christian.
So a couple things. Like, I think Gal would have been a perfect person for this role because if we really be honest, just like that picture showed, she was not pretty. I don't know if people really know the history of.
She might not look like that though, bro. That's just a mock-up. That's a mock-up that could be completely false.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is she was inbred. So a lot of her family was sleeping with their other family members. And they did this for generations.
Uh-huh.
So the Cleopatra that we all, love and they done made movies about, we beautified her. But that's neither here nor there. I think where we get caught up at is, as you said, the skin color.
Yep.
Because she wasn't Egyptian. She wasn't, black. She wasn't even from Africa. She was from the Middle East. Her parents were of Middle Eastern and Greek descent.
I mean, people in the Middle East got color too.
What'd you say?
People in the Middle East have color too.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is saying like, oh, well, we need to get somebody that's African descent.
I'm not going to go that far. No.
Well, but
I mean, if you're Egyptian, you are of African descent, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that's the critique that people had of Gal playing Cleopatra, and even some people that have Zendaya. Yeah. That you're not of African descent, but it's just like Cleopatra's not of African descent, so that's a nothing burger. Yeah. So I feel like Gal would have been just from an acting standpoint. I think Zendaya, but from an appearance, I would have picked Gal.
All right, for sure. I ain't mad at you for saying that either. All right, appreciate y'all, man. Let's go ahead and get this guy, disciple of Kobe. I like that. What's up, bro? What's up?
What's the scene?
You live? What's good, bro? What's your take on this Cleopatra situation?
So for me, aesthetically wise, I think that Gal is better because Northern Europeans, Europeans went over to Northern Africa much more than the rest of Africa, because it was just closer. So they are generally lighter skin. So I think that looks wise, Gal, but Zendaya is a better actress for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And for me, I'm all about the story and the quality.
Yeah.
So I could put everything. Give me Zendaya. I could forget everything else.
So let's which one do you cast in your movie? Zendaya or Gal?
Here's the thing with Zendaya, right? I don't know if I want to see her in a sexy role.
I got you.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to say in a sexy role,
Yeah.
but I must say I think she could pull it off still. Stuff her bra or something. I think she can pull it off.
It's
Zendaya.
even more than
I
just
go
stuff in the
Zendaya.
bra. It's just how young she looks. I would pick Gal because Gal is a sexy woman. She's a beautiful
Yeah.
woman, and I can see her pulling that off easier with her look. Zendaya can pull it off with her acting, but the role of Cleopatra is a little bit more than just the acting. It's how you look too, probably even more so. Who gives a freak what you got to say? They really want to see the that Cleopatra exudes. And that's why Gal said that she wants to kill those stereotypes about she just being about seducing men and all that. But, the reason why she got that
Oh,
role. Go ahead.
if Gal wants to do that, forget that. I don't want any of that nonsense. If Gal wants to do that, give it to
But she's
Zendaya because
right,
she's
though,
more
because,
professional.
she's right, though, because Cleopatra is more than just a symbol, right? She was a queen.
She was a queen, but she was fucking Caesar.
You're gonna get
So
that, but she's more than just that. They're not saying Gal's not saying she's not gonna be sexy. She's gonna be sexy and smart, sexy and cunning. She's a queen.
But was she cunning? Was she smart?
Absolutely, I think
I,
so.
I genuinely
I
do.
think so. You can't. I don't think that you could be a dumb king because you won't be a dumb king for long before you're killed, right? Like you're just.
But she died at 39, no?
Yeah, she died at 39. But I think that that's a long time back then for them. Back then, they didn't. I don't think they lived that long back then, bro. Like, motherfuckers was dying. What they say, like 30 was like a good life. That's crazy, bro.
Okay, can I ask you? I'm gonna ask you a difficult question here, okay?
You don't
Okay.
have any difficult questions for
In my
me.
in my life, I have not met too many stunning women that are also brilliant. I'm just saying, in my life, I haven't met too many women that are stunning and brilliant.
Well, it matters. It depends on what you classify as brilliant.
Capable of reading, writing, doing math, literature, like
Where do you
brilliant
live? Where do you live?
astronomy.
Were you in Jamaica?
That's crazy if I do it. No, I'm not from Jamaica. No,
Oh, that accent sounds
I'm not.
Jamaican. Haitian?
I'm from Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, are you in where are you at? Are you in the States?
No, 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 no. I work on ships, so I be around.
Oh, you be everywhere. Okay, so that's kind of hard to pinpoint a location because I'm asking like if you're on ships, are they like commercial ships or are they like vacation ships?
Vacation, man, vacation.
Oh, that means you're going to see a lot of people then of all different colors. You don't think that you've come across a lot of women that were very beautiful and smarter than you? I'm not trying to offend, but I'm saying like brilliant. I mean, how do we know if someone's brilliant unless you sit down and test them? But if you come across a woman who's well spoken, well mannered, and you can see that she's smart, and if a woman seems like she's smarter than you, that should qualify as brilliant, right?
Right, right. But not that's not when I. But is that brilliant enough to rule a country?
Yes, I could see people. I think there's a lot of presidents that are not smart.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna do both sides for a second. In this country, our last two presidents were old. One was radical and one had half a brain. Both of them had issues. So, and those were our last two presidents, bruh. So yes, I do think that that's enough.
But one was brilliant and one wasn't.
No, neither one of them are brilliant, in my opinion.
I mean, being a billionaire counts for something. I mean, being a marketing genius counts for something. So that's brilliance
You
to
could be
me.
a billionaire and dumb. Look at the Kardashians. What are you talking about? Half of that family are billionaires and they dumb as shit.
No, but they're marketing geniuses, though.
Yes, they are marketing geniuses and they're billionaires and they're philanthropists, but they dumb as shit, common sense at the ground. So that's why I say if you could come across a woman that's beautiful and more smart than you are as a man, I feel like that qualifies her as you could look at her as brilliant. Because what do? When we look at when we look at other people who are smarter than us, we think of them as geniuses. We think of them as brilliant.
Right.
We look at them and treat them that way. So I don't think that they have to be factually brilliant, but if they are smarter than us or can match our intelligence and surpass our intelligence, that's a W. And yeah, I could see that I could see a lot of beautiful women being above average intelligence. Sure.
How many have you met though? How many women have you met that are more brilliant than you are?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Academically,
'Cause
I've met a lot of women that are
women-
smart, but real world street smarts, I think that the fact that they're a woman and their emotions get in the way, it makes them retarded.
Like, and okay, how I look at it is like a correlation, right? With women, and I could be wrong, cancel me, whatever. But from my experience, is like almost the more attractive you are, is the less you actually have to work or use your brain.
Yes.
Things happen for you.
Absolutely.
Things for you. So then they don't actually have to develop that facet of their brain. You know what I mean? And it's not a diss or anything. It's really not. It's just like usually the more stunning you are, is the less you really have to work. So then you're not going to develop. You're going to be lacking in a lot of areas. That's why I say it's rare.
Right. Okay.
That's the reason why.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I ain't mad at you, bro. Hey, thanks you for calling in. I appreciate your opinion here. Shout out to him, bro. Y'all let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, bro. Hey, I'm cool with either one, but I'm picking gal. If you talk about women and being Cleopatra, and anybody could pretend to be smart on camera. That's what acting is for. But you got to get the physical shit down when you're playing characters that are known for their physicality and their beauty, right? Wonder Woman has to be beautiful. Cleopatra has to be beautiful. Superman has to be buff and handsome. That type of shit. Hercules got to be buff. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff exists.